Alright, so hello everyone and welcome back to some more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to continue today. You know the usual spiel that I usually get into. So let's just start right away. We're going to go down and get this. We're going to hopefully finish clearing up some of this area, and then we can move on to hopefully the next couple of areas. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say. I am trying to play more. That's about it. So enjoy. This will be fun, I'm sure. Is this one of the big crows? I think they land first, and then they become like enemies. I don't even know if they really do anything. It doesn't really seem like it. Like, I almost feel like it's like Dark Souls, where they just big enemies. Alright, there you go.
The gemstones that dwarf mentioned.
Let me turn up my volume a little bit. Alright, we're gonna do the usual. Let's hook a right, and we can run over here, and then we could check out some of these areas, and then we could go back and, you know, just gather everything. I don't know if we're gonna be able to turn in uncut gemstones for anything. I'm not like super anxious to turn them in. Obviously, the big thing I need to do is upgrade. What's the ability called? The Flight of the Raven. That's what I need to upgrade. And that's not what it's called. That's just what it does. And I mean, like, other than that, I mean, the other abilities don't really seem to do or die. So we'll probably just end up keeping most of these abilities, honestly, for the remainder of the DLC. Why not? Pretty much get a little bit of everything that you need, right? Okay. That's easy.
The dwarf will want this gemstone.
I guess we could go over here and see what's out on the lake. Yeah, they have opal. I never used any of that. I know, like, you could buy stuff from Retta, and, like, it's worth something. I just never did any of it, because I think you're supposed to, you could, like, buy it with, like, microtransaction currency. And to be honest, like, most of the gear Retta gives is not very good to begin with, so I never really cared too much, if I'm being completely honest. It was just kind of like okay or average gear, and I was just kind of like, alright.
If you lost the key, just say so.
I'm not bloody embarrassed. It's like I said, the damn fish took it from me.
Oh, great.
Look, buy a fish. Come on, get serious.
I am serious.
So what? The fish reached into your pocket and just took the...
You there. What's
Shit.
this of a fish-based robbery?
According to my brother here, the damned fish that guards these waters is now taken to petty theft.
Guards these waters. Surely a terrifying creature of the deep. All teeth and tentacles and eyes all over its monstrous head, yes? Challenge fit for the Lord of Asgard.
Yeah, and it's like Del Lago, basically.
No. Just a normal, you know, fish.
But huge, at least, yes?
No, it's kind of small, actually.
No, not especially.
But it is cunning. No dwarf has caught a fish here in months, and all because of that one fish.
Indeed. And what of the theft?
It managed to charm our hard-fought key right out of my stupid brother's pocket, he reckons.
It was most persuasive.
Listen, stranger, catch this fish, you can keep our key and the treasure it unlocks. We just want that one fish gone. What do you say?
Perhaps. Let us see what this beast is capable of.
And then I proceeded to never catch it.
I'm staying well away. You want it, you get it. I'm off.
Yeah, there must be somewhere decidedly less dangerous to go fishing.
Okay.
Come,
fuck is this?
fearsome creature of the depths! No more shall you torment those who visit these waters. Face your end at the hand of the High One! Have at you!
This is a shitpost mission. Dude, it's just a fish. How do we know which fish it even is? Is this glowing white stuff supposed to be like any indicator or something? I have no idea.
Fine catch. Nothing to say for itself. Guardian fish is still out there.
Alright. Sinan will go pick it up for me, which is nice. That's a bream. Wait, what? Oh, I guess that was it. Okay. I guess, or either that or my game crashed. It's a Jotun.
My mouth. What are you playing at?
I didn't fish you out, homie.
To Asgard and dragging you out of your house?
So, not a fish at all.
No, and not an enemy. I was there when you came to Jotunheim and drank enough mead to kill a man. I saw what you did to Suttungr that day. Damn near beating him to a pulp single-handedly. Only a fool would challenge you. But you have bested me fairly when no other could. And believe me, many have tried. You want this key, I assume?
That, and for you to leave these waters.
That I will not do. I have made a home here. Dwarves repeatedly intrude, make attempts on my life, and those of my aquatic neighbors. I won't stand for it. So I impede them, harming nothing but their pride. I dare say you would defend your lands from invaders more vigorously.
Aye, I would. I see your point. As strange as this all may seem.
Then have your prize, and I shall have mine.
Yeah, just ignore it.
Life as a fish is full of wonder. You'd never
What a
imagine.
weird
I
quest.
shall protect these waters for as long as I live.
Very well.
Does he go back in the water? What does he do?
Let's hope this
He
chest...
just sits down. Okay. Watch, it was just whatever. Just platinum ingots? Really? Oh my god, what a waste of time that was. Well, let's go do this. I mean, should we double back? I mean, it's both about equidistant. Wait, what the fuck? Where's that? Oh, all the way down there. I mean, no matter what, we kind of have to go back there. Okay, let's go deal with both of these. Why not? And then we could come back and do whatever. We might be able to hit max level. If we do everything, we'll probably get it. The All-Fisher. Maybe that's like a special fishing rod or something. Ah, yes, my favorite pastime in every game. Fishing, obviously. This must be a Jotun village. Yeah, I wonder if you are supposed to go up there. I mean, we could try, I guess. But it doesn't seem like you need to go there to 100% anything, so.
This place is heavily guarded.
Gonna Fondi keep. So how do you get up here? There you go. Okay, I'm gonna shoot this. I mean, we could have used the knots. Oh, really? Wait, what trolling that is? Okay, never mind. You could use the knots to get around here. That's the Jotun ability, is like teleportation and stuff. Cosmetic scheme. Whoops. Okay, no, you can't do that. It's like every opening that you look like you should be able to get in is like frozen over. I don't know, maybe it thaws or something as part of the story. It definitely seems like it, unless I'm supposed to get in through there. Yeah, see? So there's a way to get in here. I think it's on the other side, right? Because I've looked at every side but this one over here. How do you climb off? There you go. Yeah, what the fuck? Do you have to maybe hit the red? Hold on. Yeah, there's a way to get inside, but I don't know. Oh, you have to... Here you go, here you go. Oh, wait, how do I do this again? Whoops. R2, and then left. What? There we go. Okay. That's cool. I actually like that. See, that's what I mean. I wish you didn't have to give up this power. That's kind of interesting to be able to warp in like this, and then now we can move this to get out. Well, how am I stuck? What? How am I on fire? Maybe I touched a torch or something. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. We can leave now. See, I'm a simple man. I want one thing, I get it, I leave. It's that easy. That's one of the things I like about open world games. Is like you can, you know, I did a little bit of stealth there. I killed a couple enemies, but for the most part, like I was free to, you know, figure out how to solve the puzzle, and I kind of like that. You know, that free roaming thing where you're not railroaded into like solving a puzzle like face up. You know what I mean? Like in a Zelda game, right? Which is like one of the top like puzzle games, but at the same time, like they always kind of show you the solution. Like in this case, you could approach that puzzle, like you could initially come from like any angle, any direction, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, there's one solution, but like how you approach it, you could solve it right away. You know, you have to take a look around. Like to some degree, a little bit of that is fine, right? Like you don't want to just see the puzzle, they've already showed you the solution, right? Because then you're not really thinking your way through it. And I feel like a lot of times with Zelda games, like there's not a lot of thinking really, you know what I mean?
Curse it.
What the fuck? It's like my one big complaint about a lot of Zelda games is like... It's not like always like a good amount of like puzzle solving in them, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's one of the biggest things. Sounds like it's down here. Oh, you have to ride the knot, I think, right? Oh no, this shows you the path it took? Oh shit, can you go in the water? Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Huh. That's why that's why they said it would involve some footwork. I mean, because it quite literally does. Yep, there's the sweet spot somewhere. Yeah, I'm glad they fixed that. Because that was really confusing that the first one I didn't work like that. But I think that, like, once you get a game that really takes advantage of, like, puzzle solving like that, and there might be some out there. I'm not, like, super knowledgeable on, like, all kinds of different games, right? Like, I like having a bit of combat, you know what I mean? Like, that to me is why I think Twilight Princess is such a nice blend of a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to have... should I just go get this? Yeah, let's go get this and we'll wrap around, and then we'll come back for that one viewpoint. You know, like, if we could get a game that, like, looks like Twilight Princess, you know, plays, I guess at this point, right, like, Twilight Princess is like a 17-year-old game. Jesus, I'm fucking old. But, like, it's like a 17-year-old game at this point. So, like, if we could get a game that kind of, like, you know, has that more mature art style, but isn't necessarily M-rated. What the fuck was that? Oh, it's a bird. You know, has Zelda-style puzzle solving. Like, that's really what I wanted. That's what I wanted Skyward Sword to be, you know? And instead, they kind of went more of, like, a cartoonish thing. They really linearized the game. They did, like, everything opposite of what I wanted from, you know, a Twilight Princess sequel. Instead of making the game very open world, right? Because, like, if you look at Twilight Princess, it's very, very much like a true sequel to Ocarina. You know what I mean? It feels like it has a lot of the Ocarina of Time blood flowing through it. It has a good amount of dungeons. It's got a good amount of everything. That's why I love it so much. Like, Wind Waker, I always said that Wind Waker, the reason why I didn't like it was because it felt a little too linear. And, I mean, well, Twilight Princess is linear. But also, Wind Waker doesn't have a ton of dungeons, right? Like, there's a bunch of island puzzles, but there's not really dungeons to visit. You know what I mean? Like, Skyward Sword just didn't really have the islands of Wind Waker, nor did it have the, I guess it has a lot of dungeons. I guess it should be fair, right? Because I think it has, like, what, three dungeons each? 6? Right? Three dungeons for each area, I think? I can't remember. At least 6, without looking at, like, a guide or something to see it. Which is pretty good. Right? Like, that's not terrible. Soul Okay Mani. Oh, shit. Fucking bird scared the shit out of me. Oh, great. You need the power of bullshit, don't you?
Who smells right now? I can still smell that stench in the air.
Fuck me.
Point this one.
I don't have the power of Muspells. Jesus. One door opens when Soul blazes her path across the sky. The other one, her pale brother, peeks out from the darkness that follows. So maybe you have to point it at this. Maybe that's what this thing is over here, right? No, that's to gain Hooger. I need the ability. Oh, Jesus, they're gonna make me find this fucking shit, aren't they? I'm gonna be mildly annoyed.
The sun.
Yeah, well, here's one of the things I dislike, is that in order to solve this puzzle, I have to go back and get the power of Muspells, because there's nothing here to give it to me, right? Like, I have to go back. I can't stand on this, because if I take damage, it's going to make me let go. So, I can't do this. See? I actually cannot do this puzzle right now. Well, that's unfortunate, because there's actually a book here, so I kind of have to go teleport and do it. So let's go get a... Now at least we know we have to come back, so let's leave. I kind of hate that. We need it for 5 seconds to turn one of the mirrors. Like, that's kind of frustrating, I won't even lie. I don't know why, like, you can't just have all 4 on the thing. Okay, guys. And the reason I get, like, kind of salty about it is because someone definitely played this game, right? So, like, someone played this game, like, who was okay with them saying, oh, just give them 2 abilities only? What does R2 down even do? Nothing. R2 up also does nothing, right? So these are empty button combos. They could have just put it on there, you know? Like, it's that kind of stuff that really makes me say, like, well, why are we choosing between 2? You know? Why not add another thing here? Hooger Rip powers, and then you could, like, equip your Hooger Rips from a menu. You know, just unnecessary just for backtracking. So, let's go do this. As I crab walk. because I'm climbing the slope while I run. Holy shit, I took like the worst pathway through this. I should have gone the other way, what? I think I have infinite... I think I have no fall damage, right? All my gear is at divine level, I think? Yes. Even if it wasn't, fall damage is mitigated in this game, heavily. I think what will be interesting is, like, when we finish this, like, presumably it'll lead directly into what happened, like, the finale of the Isu world, basically. Maybe they'll finally, like, pull the Band-Aid off and be like, yes, this is what happened. Like, take it for what you will, guys. This is actually what happened. That was the whole point that we were trying to convey, which I think was one of the best plot lines I've seen done in a game in a long while. It was like, Eivor gets to see this, but what we get to see clues us in that, like, Eivor's making sense of this the only way he knows how, which is kind of an interesting way to approach it.
They will attack on sight.
Okay. Oh, good. Alright, let's go. Jesus! That was the first hit. I took his head off. It was an instant combo. Okay, wait a minute. Did I upgrade or something? He teleported. He's like, nah, not today. Tonight we died in hell. And tomorrow I'm thinking Arby's.
Come here a moment.
He's got an arrow in his shield. Oh, I got some. Took a sip. I got water up my nose almost. Ugh. What? Alright, down into the mill. Oh no, wait, hold on. Up into the mill, hold on. They're all probably downstairs anyway. Look at them, what are they doing? Ah! Sand! Is this like some kind of weird healing spell? I guess it must be. I've not seen them use something like this before, so... I guess he, like, purifies the land or something with, like, winter energy. Oh, fuck, I missed it. Uh-oh. Oh, a nut kick! And then a curb stomp. Nice, he died even faster. Yeah, I don't know if the shape-shifting is doing him any favors. I'm just gonna say that. I kind of feel like it isn't, if I'm being completely honest. I know that's like their thing or whatever, like, they're like tricksters and shit, but I don't know if that's really helping them the way that they think it is. Fuck you, interrupt. Oh, I killed him! I splattered his brain. Nice.
Help me out here.
Oh shit. Dead. Oh! Oh yeah! Jab it in, baby. Nothing quite like it.
Give me a hand.
Okay. What else is around here exactly? Oh, there's one down by the thing. There's a book, and then there's also stuff there. Okay, let's go down over here. Yeah, we actually have to go back to Area 1 to get that, by the way. So once we do this, we'll do the viewpoint. We'll go back, find like a Muspel encampment or something, grab that ability real quick, and then come back. And then eventually we'll be able to come get the Jotnar ability again. You know why? These guys do the frost, that's why. Dead. Nope. There we go. I guess that's one. I guess that's a final ability right there, right? Yeah, I guess we haven't found it yet. Since we're gonna replace it, we might as well take it, right? The power of winter. Okay. Okay. Deal 30% more damage to Muspel giants. Attacking enemies gradually freezes them. Enemies that are frozen solid can be shattered into pieces with your next attack. Shattering a frozen enemy causes a frost explosion. Damage increased by 10%. Freezing happens faster. Yeah, that's not really that great. I'm sure it's used on like maybe one puzzle somewhere, and that's like where you're really supposed to use it. I just feel like we're in Northrend now, which is intentional, obviously. That's, Northrend is based off of Norse mythology and shit. Man, I really gotta play Warcraft 3 for the channel someday. I just remember Frozen Throne being actually, like, difficult. So, like, I actually would have to, like, kind of pay attention and be serious. Like, this game is mostly just me shitposting. Like, let's be fair here. But I want my power of giving back. Thank you. It's like, I have it. I'm playing the original version, by the way. I'm not touching Reforged. I had the original. I remember one of my friends gave it to me ages ago. And I think I rebought it, actually, just so I could own it myself, because I gave him back his copy. Yeah, I think I own, like, Warcraft 3 and StarCraft. Now, StarCraft 1 is a game I have never played, and I probably can't play. That would just be disastrous for me to even attempt to play. That's like one of those like OG hardcore you can't fuck with them games. So like I would not really put much stock in it, because every time I play StarCraft 2 I end up like not playing it for a long time after, and I really shouldn't do that. I haven't booted up Battle.net really in like a long time. It's just coincidentally coinciding with, like, you know, the whole Blizzard sucks as a company art, which is a very fantastic art, let me tell you. What? There you go.
Give me a hand!
Okay. The book. The book? Yeah, the raid is over, but obviously we have more to do. There we go. Maybe there we don't go. How the fuck do I get in there? Oh god, they're all following me around. They're actually just getting in the way now. Jeez, what a complex puzzle. Hopeful. Our research suggests that the combination of light beams and silica devices can improve the silica charging process. There are even rumors about experimenting with light beams affecting the silica crystal size, but there remains the matter of that third component, which I do not yet understand. I'm not sure what it is, and I now fear is nowhere to be found in our lands, at least not anymore. Okay, I have no idea what that's going to be a reference to. Yeah, it opened a door somewhere. I've done my part and shrouded wisdom from plain sight. The invaders will never find it, but for he who looks, it will be transparent to see. One is not like the others. Then he shall know that true knowledge lies beyond the bookshelf. Well, yeah, it's like this, but I wonder what door, where is that door supposed to be? So I guess we have to go back out. Jeez. Right? Oh. That's sneaky. Hopefully my friends don't squeeze in here for no reason. Split shot. Whew. Shoot 10 electrified arrows in a cone-shaped radius in front of you. Hit enemies are staggered and struck by chain lightning. Oh, that could be pretty good, actually. I'll wait till I get book 2. But that could actually be pretty damn good. Our lands are being invaded. It's just a matter of time before they arrive here. We must hasten our retreat and protect our research findings. Take all that is important and move it to the shelters. If you cannot, make sure it's hidden safely until the day we can return. Nothing should fall into their hands. Yeah, and then the day never came. Tragically. Actually, excuse me. Alright, that might be one of the longest breaks I've ever had to take in the middle of a content recording. Jesus. Okay, let's carry on. I mean, well, wait. I think after this, what I said I was going to do was I was going to go get a warp point, right? Yeah, let's go get this, right? This is the top part of the map, so I think we're good. And then, what do you think? There's probably like another 1 or 2 things I need to grab real fast. And then after that, like another 1 or 2 like raid camps. Raid events? Yeah, words very tough. But yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Oh, look at this dude. I guess he wasn't considered to be part of the raid itself. Dude, that is a very, very phallically shaped mountain in the background. What the hell? You know me, usually I try to ignore that, but that one that's suspicious. Of course, it's also in an Ubisoft game. Thank you, Ubisoft. Well, wait, you see the ice in that tree? Oh, I think this is intentional? No, it's loading. Yeah, look at it. My game is also, like, slowing down. Oh, here we go. There's Muspelheim here. Okay, perfect. We could grab one of these dudes' powers in a sec. No, I guess this is intentional, yeah, that the ice faces away like that. Ow. What a shame. I wonder if this game is actually, like, really decent looking on, like, PS5 and Xbox Series X. Well, I mean, like, the reason why I don't like to play a lot on, like, the new consoles is, one, believe it or not, I've barely even used my Series X, and I'm already full on memory on it. Like, in terms of playthroughs, I've literally done, what, Stranger of Paradise, a couple of other games, right, and installed a few games, and I'm already full on space. Like, that's probably my worst part, the worst part about it, is, like, it only has 1 terabyte. Like, I don't know, I guess you're just expected to constantly install and delete, and what the fuck, Eivor, Jesus. You're supposed to install, delete, you know, reinstall, delete, and all that bullshit over and over. It's like, bro, even on my PS4, right, like, yeah, I have a little bit of, I have a memory external kicking around, which I guess I kind of don't totally need, but I was able to put in, what was it, like a terabyte or something into this thing? I'm not going to check. Because I actually don't know how to check, so we would be in the menu for like a minute or 3. Oh my god! I hate that. I didn't push off, I pushed toward the hands, and that counts as jumping off. But yeah, like, I want to try to get something like that going. And I'm just like, oh, you know, like, what games have I even downloaded on my Series X? Well, the Rare Replay, right? Fallen Order, Stranger of Paradise, you know, like, it's like some small amount of fucking games. And I'm like, dude, how am I already full? Like, really, how am I already fucking full on my Series X? Like, for real. I'm sure if I use my PS5 as much, it would be just as full. It's like, bro, come on. Like, these consoles have no fucking anything in them, and it's gross. It's gross that they cost like $600 almost. It's like $540, right? Because where I am, it's tax of almost 10%. It's like 9% tax or some shit. So it's like, these things cost like $540 some dollars, and they could barely hold like 10 games, including 10 old games. So that's one reason why I prefer to still play stuff on the PS4 where possible. Because, I mean, like, let's be fair, at least when this game came out, I think it functioned very similarly. I don't think, like, the then new-gen, oh my god, the then new-gen stuff really mattered too much, but like I said numerous times through the playthrough, in case you weren't here, I constantly said, wow, this game gets worse every patch. Because, like, basically what happened is I started this game when it was new, and then I basically put it away for, like, a month or two. You know, just I wasn't feeling it. There's just times where I just don't feel like recording. And like, admittedly now they're getting less and less. But, like, back then it was like a full month I just did not want to fucking record, period. So, like, I would sit down, I would record, maybe, like, a session or two, and then I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna just take a break and I'll come back. And admittedly, like, when I came back, you know, I fucking played the shit out of the game. And this was about a year ago, by the way. I was already done with this game a year ago. In fact, I'm pretty sure we could check that. Actually, the fastest way to check that is literally just to look at the fucking trophy list. Oh, God. I have to update the fucking console. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I guess we're not doing that. Speaking of that, let me quick save, just in case it crashes or some shit. Yeah, I updated this console, and then immediately I have to update it again. Is there anything I could come to? Yeah, no, okay, let's go. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. So, I apologize. What?
Be on the other side.
Oh, shit.
What must I find to get me through?
Holy shit, that kind of hurt, actually. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, okay, the axe attack can also be timed. Gotcha. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, hi. Why does it feel like I'm doing more damage now? What the fuck? Like, I'm legit one or two tapping these enemies. What? What the fuck? Beat the shit out of this dog. Yeah, so, like, I barely even use my PS5. Like, I think I've done, what? Horizon... Yeah, see? There's not, like, anything to teleport through. Okay, so whatever this is, I can't do it. Only thing I can think is maybe the power of winter? Maybe? Okay, I can't get through here. Okay, that's fine.
What must I find to get me through?
Clearly whatever it is storyline related, so there's no point in getting bent out of shape over this. We'll just be back. But yeah, like I've done what, maybe 2-3 playthroughs for the PS5, and already the damn thing is like, oh my god, you're like halfway full. I'm like, bro, I played Forbidden West and Resident Evil 8. Like it's because these games are now like 50 fucking gigabytes in size and shit. And it's ridiculous to consider. It's like, dude, your games are like way too big, they're way unoptimized, and like, yeah, I get it, right? Like, you want to cut down on loading times, but I'd rather load for a little bit. And obviously this isn't a perfect science. I'm not, it's not like, oh, well, the less they optimize, the faster the load. Like, no, there's obviously other factors involved. But like, I'm like, dude, I barely have used your fucking console for a year. I think it was this time last year where I actually opened my Series X and put it on my thing and actually started to use it. It's like, dude, how could I be running out of space? I've installed like 2 games. 2 fucking games. And I just think that that's going to be the big problem. Is like, we need to have like 5 terabyte fucking hard drives. But because they want to go SSD, which obviously makes sense, like, you could barely keep anything installed. So God forbid you have more than like 3 or 4 games you're playing. You know, heavens forbid if you like to play Warzone. You know, you're fucked. I feel sorry for you if you want to play Warzone. Not because you're playing a Call of Duty game. There you go. Not because you're playing a Call of Duty game or anything, but because Warzone is, like, notoriously, like, expensive. Sorry, where's the breakable link? Man, does it even matter? Not really. Because I actually own this game on Series X. I got it when I got my Series X, which was obviously too late for me to, you know, not buy it for PS4 or whatever. But you get what I mean, right? Like, I could have played this game on Series X. This could have been my first Series X playthrough if I hadn't already beaten it. Because like I said, I took a huge break from this game. Is that the power of Muspelheim? Actually, I need this. I needed to turn that one thing. So we'll take care of that. Okay. Shit. Okay, we'll just do this. It's just a shame I have nobody to talk about this fucking game with, man. This is a damn shame. Because, like, I genuinely think this game has such a good story. Maybe as bottom-heavy as it is, I think it's such a good story. I have no one to talk with about it. But yeah, I don't know. This is just like... I just kind of wish I could have made... I mean, I could have saved some money, obviously, but I'd already beaten it. What can I say? Like, that's my thing. When I'm ready to play a game, I am fucking ready to play the game, especially for the channel. I'll marathon the shit out of a game when I'm ready to play it. But, like, I'm just different than how I was when I was younger. It's not that I don't like doing this, right? Because I think it's, like... It's memorable. It's more memorable than me just sitting here, dead silent like this... Maybe have some music playing in the background. That's it. Like, that's why, like, the Mario Odyssey playthrough I did, I can't even remember it. So, like, someday I'll play Mario Odyssey again, right? Just you know, for the channel, because I should have played it, but 2017 was a weird time. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, okay. I can't do this yet. You need to use the Muspelheim power. So let me go back. Oh, shit. Can I fast travel to my boat? Okay, perfect. So let me go back. Let me solve this because I have the Muspelheim power. Then we'll fast travel back using the waypoint, and then we'll use the other thing. We'll use the Jotunheim power, the teleport. Once again, I feel like they could have had 4 powers and just bound it to the R2 plus the D-pad. Like, seriously, it would have just saved a whole bunch of time. You know, maybe you could have a couple more bars on your Huger rips. You know, like this game is not as complex as Odyssey, right? Like, it's not. It's functionally the same. Just you can have shields, I guess, and play a little more defensively in this game. But at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, look at how different this game's combat is from Odyssey. If you remember at the end of my Odyssey playthrough, like, even before the DLC, right? At the end of my Odyssey playthrough, I was doing like a rotation, basically. I was doing Hero Strike. I think I was. Maybe Hero Strike was something I added during the DLC, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a rotation of abilities that you could use in Odyssey. And, wait, hold on, what the fuck? Here, I gotta call mount. How do you mount again? Triangle? Yes. But yeah, it just could be completely different, you know what I mean? Like, this game is like back to like old school Assassin's Creed style whatever, and I think that's my biggest gripe with it, is like, yeah, this is a good game marred by like a lot of repetitive shit, because like there's no like pizzazz to combat, you know what I mean? Like yeah, you could, you know, Odyssey might have been a rotation, which can be, you know, in and of itself you know, repetitive. But I think it's more fun, and it's certainly more exciting, you know, to watch your character do some really big overpower attack. Remember, like this game feels like it was supposed to come out first, which is so crazy to me. Like, this game feels like if it predated definitely Odyssey and possibly Origins. Oh, here we go. This game feels like it would have come out before Odyssey. Which is weird, because the story is way better. Like, at least the real world story. I keep saying real world. The main, the present day story is way better than Odyssey's was. Like, I feel like just the way this entire game starts off is way better than anything Odyssey had. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. This is interesting. Now it's this one that's lit. Well, I don't know, that's weird. There you go, another power of Muspelheim. Damn, look at the size of those bars! What the fuck am I supposed to do? We could use that to get more bullshit. Was it this? One door opens when Soul blazes her path across the sky. The other when her pale brother peeks out from the darkness that follows. Okay. That doesn't do anything. Oh, you know why? Maybe because it's daytime now. Can I meditate? Fuck, there we go. So maybe if I meditate, the other one activates. Yep. Oh, this is an interesting puzzle, that's for sure. But it seems like this just goes up. So that's not really helpful. Right? Oh, look at this. Right, but does that help us at all? Oh, I'm an idiot. Yes, it does.
That did something.
Okay. I'll fix the other one in a minute. Oh yeah, we need this power for sure. Alright, just so you don't get trapped. There's a way to refuel your Huger. Got the book. Explosive Retreat. Out of here. So is there anything else in here? No, I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, so it's kind of like a fake out puzzle, I think. Unless I already went in there and grabbed something before. It seems like that's a fake out. Okay. I gotta clean up some stuff over here. What is this? Wake up. Oh, okay. That's always so weird to me. It's like, wake up. You know, it's like the Matrix joke where people like tell people, oh, you're trapped in the Matrix. We're trying to reach you. Wake up. Yeah, that's like weird. Ugh. Oh, man. Well, look, I'm not against deleting shit, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm just from a different era, I guess, you know? Like, if you want to have Call of Duty installed, like, multiple Call of Duties, like, imagine how rough that's going to be in, like, a year or 3, because they're skipping next year's Call of Duty. Like, if you want to have multiple... like, it's designed to make games like fucking Chuck, right? Like, you're supposed to mess with it for a little bit, and then, oh, well, I've had my fun with you, thanks, and then just totally ditch them and never play them again. And I think that's not how I like to look at games. Ironically, that's, you know, I play video games, right, for the channel. And a lot of times, you know, you play it for the channel and, oh, well, I've done what I needed to do, bye. And I feel bad about it, right? Like, it's not like I just play games and then just, oh, I'm glad to never play them again. Like, generally speaking, most of the games I play for my channel, I feel bad when I'm like, you know, I want to play more of it someday, but, like, basically, you've beaten everything, right? Like, how many hours of Valhalla do I have on my channel? It's like 100 or some hours. It's like a 4-day-long playthrough. If you've watched this from the beginning, I mean, first of all, you should leave a comment and say the fuck so. I would love to interact with... Ah, damn it, I interrupted it. Shit. I'm trying to get the insta-kill. What do these things even do? They, like, throw feathers at you? Anyway, I would love to hear from people who actually have watched the full playthrough. I mean, even if you haven't, I'd love to hear from you, but, like, just... You know, what'd you think of it? Jesus, did I bore you for 3 straight days? Do I owe you a Purple Heart? Maybe.
Just not to draw attention here.
Oh god, this game is being super choppy now. We gotta finish this playthrough before the game stops working on my console. That's what we have to do. But yeah, like, I put up maybe, what, like, 5 days of footage of this game? This might be my actual most played game on the channel, like, for real. So... You know, when I think about it like that, it's like, damn, you know, but, like, I don't, like, what am I going to do? Come back and what? Like, do river raids? Do world events? Like, it's something I could do, right? Like, it's not like it's impossible or whatever. Like, I could do more stuff on this game, and I think that's a testament to how much content is in some of these games. Like, in theory, you could play Assassin's Creed Odyssey forever. I was kind of hoping we beat her before that. Uh-oh. Whoop. Why is that moving? I think that's... Okay, I think that's actually intentional. Yeah, you're supposed to put on the power and then run in. Am I still in combat? Alright, we're good. Nope, nope. It's open. Dwarven Blacksmith Cloak. Somehow I hit it and it moved the thing. That's kind of weird. Okay. I mean, how much, you know, bullshit have I recorded over Assassin's Creed to begin with, you know? A lot. Like, literally a lot. Like, not even trying to meme. Assassin's Creed might be my most covered, like, playthrough ever. Or, like, my most covered, like, stuff ever on the channel. For real. Like, I played every major Assassin's Creed but Freedom Cry on the channel. I didn't play Freedom Cry, and I didn't play those, like, 2.5Ds. That's, like, the only games I haven't played for Assassin's Creed on the channel. Oh, he stood up out of nowhere. Fuck. And I'm really bad at aiming. Oh shit, hi. See, the reason why it was a stealth... Oh no, I killed him! The reason why it was a stealth attack, though, I think is because I hit from the front, not because it's impossible to kill him, as you can see. My most darling Calder. Further to our discussion, we must accept the possibility that the enemy will stumble upon the evidence sooner or later. After all, he is not without his talents, in which case we must view this as an opportunity to heighten his sorrow to unbearable limits. Let's arrange the evidence in some heartwarming pose. It should be done in such a manner that when the enemy discovers it, he believes, albeit briefly, that he has indeed saved the day. And thus, when reality hits him, his anguish will be all the more delightful. Yours lovingly, Sinmara. Well, basically, they're probably gonna, like, pretend that we have Baldur or something. I'm guessing. But yeah, Assassin's Creed is definitely one of those games I kind of wish that they did, you know, a lot more with. I mean, granted, they've been putting out a game yearly almost, right? Like, they skipped 2019, and then they skipped 2021. But before that, other than that, in 2016, like, this series has had yearly releases. And, like, look, I'm not going to sit here and suddenly retcon the fact I didn't like Unity, and I didn't like 3, and I didn't like Syndicate. But I'm also not going to sit here and say, well, I didn't like the last 3 games. Like, I've liked these 3 games, but that's why I'm so worried, is, like, I feel like we're overdue for a bad Assassin's Creed. I really do feel like it's time for a bad one. You know, like, I'm not saying, like, oh, yeah, make a bad game. But I think they're going to try to hard remake the series. I think they're going to try to make it too stealth-based. And I know that that's, like, a lot of people will be like, what the fuck? It's a game about being sneaky and killing people. I mean, yes. But, like, I don't want this to become, like, a hardcore, like, Splinter Cell style game, you know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that this game can be played in a very lighthearted, you know, joking manner, you know, nothing's too serious in the game, right? Like, you could enjoy yourself, it's a chill game. He doesn't have a power? Nope. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, like, sit down and, like, study enemy routes really, like, ridiculously and stuff. Because I'll tell you what, the last game I played, Horizon, I didn't do that at all. I just didn't. But, like, I feel like this game has, like, a bunch of bullshit in it that, like, 99% of people who played it ignored it. Like, I feel like no one in Odyssey ignored, you know, how you could build your character, right? Like, whether you wanted to be stealth, whether you wanted to be, you know, a fire build. Like, the builds were way more understandable and serviceable because the stats made sense because you could build every Alexios different. Whereas in this game, every Eivor is the same at max level. There's no difference, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just weird to me. Okay, we gotta go up. Every Eivor is the same. Like, every Eivor at max level is exactly identical to one another. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Oh, you know what we do? Can I climb down? I know what we have to do. Fuck me. Damn it, I tried to kill him. I think we swim under. Yeah, here we go. That was confusing for a second. I don't know. I just wish there were more games that did, like, what this game's plot twist did. You know, like, the whole, like, oh... I feel like that's really something only a game like Assassin's Creed can do. And I feel like they pulled that off really well, right? I just think they needed a more interesting and spicy storyline. It feels to me like they originally made the storyline for this game, and then they realized, well, if you just do the story, the game is only, like, 10 hours long. You know what I mean? Like... if you just do the story and do nothing else, the game is incredibly short. Like the major story beats, right? So that's why they added in, like, basically they did the opposite of Odyssey. Odyssey had a long story because they wanted you to level up. This game had a shorter story because they just wanted you to fucking burn through all the stuff, all the areas, which ironically made the game longer than Odyssey. It's like, I just feel like they forced that upon you. Which is like, you know, there's nothing wrong with a linear story. But the thing is you want to feel like everything you're doing is, like, actually paying off somehow. And I feel like... okay, hold on. I feel like, you know, it's easy to feel like a lot of the stuff that you're doing had no effect. Or, you know, it was just like a filler arc. Like, I could not even tell you half of the stuff that I did in this game. Because, well, one, it was over a year ago. You know, and let's be fair... do you remember every minor story beat from a game that you've played in the past, like, once, by the way? Probably not. In fairness to Assassin's Creed, probably not. Oh, great. Like, there's games I like, I don't remember every story beat for, you know? And that doesn't mean it's a bad story beat. It's just like, if it's a 30-hour playthrough, there's no way you remember all 30... Shit. There's no way you remember all 30 hours of the playthrough. It's just, it's not possible. Like, it's not a knock against the quality of the game. It's not a knock against anything. It's just nobody remembers 100% of a video game that they played, right? Like, campaign-wise. Like, even the Call of Duty campaigns, right? Like, I don't remember everything that happened in Black Ops 2. We're talking about a game I played over a decade ago. You know what I mean? Now, how do I do this? Is there another swim from underneath one? Yes. Okay. The hint was that you could go there and jump off. That was kind of the hint. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, like... It's just that I feel that this game suffers very heavily towards, like, yeah, who Hundewald and all those other people, you know? And they might be, you know, good stories in the meanwhile, but, like, it feels like just to get to the good stuff, you have to deal with, like, a bunch of other characters and stuff that you know, like, yeah, they came back at the end, so, I mean, like, it wasn't completely throwaway, and I feel like they did try to have, like, real plot arcs. I just wish that more of it had to do with, like, maybe unlocking Eivor's memories or something, you know what I mean? Like, that's never a bad plot line to have, it's like, oh, well, I'm trying to remember who I am, you know what I mean? Like, oh, why does Odin appear to me? Could be, like, a major plot line, right? It's kind of never addressed in this game, it's just, like, he just appears when you're killing someone. End of story. And it's just like, well, maybe if they had, you know, Eivor was more, like, cognizant of, like, well, why the hell does the Allfather appear to me? Why am I so special? Maybe then we could have gotten somewhere, you know what I mean? He kind of does, like, I know he kind of talks about it in a way like, oh, well, this has just been happening since I was a kid. But, you know, maybe, I don't know. Have a story beat where, like, he believes going to England will solve that mystery and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just do something with it. I can't dive. Still can't dive. That's really weird. Because I feel like a lot of that is just kind of, like, done last second, you know? Is that the weapon from the trailer, I think? Or not the trailer, the bullshit? I think so. So yeah, I mean, like, that's generally how I feel about that. But, like, yeah, even games I like, I don't remember everything, you know? And there's a lot of story-heavy games out there. There's a lot of, hardcore games out there, right? The one game I'm really disappointed in is, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Because, sadly, because I heard that game was bad, like, I never played it. Like, we had the crew more or less ready to roll. We had Gundam Otaku ready to roll. We had, Instant Retreat would have joined 1000%, and then we could have recruited someone else. But, like, yeah, we you know, that really, it's really unfortunate that just won't happen. Like, there's a lot of playthroughs I feel bad that won't happen, like Gundam Otaku and I playing Star Wars Skywalker Saga. We would have played it launch day if you know, it had online co-op, which it doesn't, and he can't come over and I can't go. We definitely can't record at his place. Not even a knock. We just can't. What the fuck? Oh, we actually have to fly up there. Jesus. Okay, we'll do that. I guess we should work our way to the west and get this viewpoint. Like, I love Assassin's Creed Rogue. The only reason I might remember most of the story of that game is because that game is only 6 sequences. That is the, like, actually the evilest thing Ubisoft did. I swear, I'm still mad about that, like, almost a decade later, right? That was, a 2014 game? So, like, 7.5 years later, I'm still mad that they ruined that game. Like, it really fucks with me. Wait, sweet dwarves, where the fuck are they?
Please! I can't. I can't feel anything. Let me go. Don't let me die like this. Please.
Damn, I damn near killed him. There we go. What? Yeah, oh, yeah, I tried to cancel that. Here you go. He missed. Where is this dwarf? Here he is. Yo, go put some clothes on, dude. You're good.
You're strong to endure that.
Thank you. I don't know what I would have done if...
Save your strength. You're safe now. Just need to warm up.
What I need is to get back to my shelter. The Jorthega shelter. Find me there, so I may thank you properly. You know, there's more of them out there. Like keep preying on other dwarves. They have a hideout. I heard them speak of it. They didn't think I could hear them. It sounded like they were plotting something. That part I couldn't hear. South of Mjolnir Smida, near a
Mjolnir
twist in the road.
Smida. Okay.
Go there and put a stop to them, please.
Do not presume to tell me what I should do, though I may seek them out. Will you be all right from here?
Forgive me. Yes, I think so. Perhaps I will see you at the shelter.
Mjolnir Smida? Did we do that already? Oh, shit. I don't even remember what it was. God damn it. Well, I mean, hopefully it's on the map. Is it marked on the map? Dim Milna. Storm Milna. There was another one over here. That's another Milna. Maybe we haven't found it yet. I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe this is it? Yeah, this could be it. Okay, let's get this page. He's gonna warm up by the fire. But yeah, I'm really torn up by what they did to Rogue, because I feel like Rogue could have been, like, such a good game and explored so many, like, different ideas and things behind the scenes. And, like, ultimately, it's still one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds. I think that's the genius of it, really, is, like, the way that they pose Rogue, right? Was, like, I don't know, it's just the way that they frame the narrative, and whoever, you know, Shay, I think, is a really good character. I think he's written pretty well. I like that he has to kind of confront a lot of these ideologies. They might try a little hard to make the Assassins look bad, but because of Assassin's Creed 3, where, like, Assassin's Creed 3 is kind of like that bastard game that is, like, or that bastard plot line that's bad, but it becomes better as they add more stuff to it, right? Like, yeah, you know, how the Assassins had a downfall in America and stuff is really weird and, you know, really whatever, right? But, you know, Rogue kind of elaborates on it. It sets the stage a little bit better, right? Like, that's what people told me was going to happen to the fucking Star Wars sequel trilogy, which is hilarious. But, I mean, ideally, you don't have a character fade out like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, ideal. You don't want to have a story be like, oh, well, it'll make sense 2 games from now after we give tons of backstory and shit, you know what I mean? Like, generally speaking, you don't want to do that with a story. Just saying, oh god, what is this actual frame rate drop? The fuck? I like that you could just do that double takedown. Wasn't there one more? I feel like this game should have had different, like, stats, because there's, like, speed stats and stuff, and all of that is not explained at all. I don't know. It feels like parts of this game were heavily salvaged, or were heavily, like, just, you know, casually thrown together. I don't know. And that to me is, like, really unfortunate, because I think that after how well they did with Odyssey, is like, why the fuck would you roll back so much of the stuff that was, like, good, right? Like, the mercenary system was... That's what I mean, like, Odyssey is, like, technically infinitely replayable. Like, you could play Assassin's Creed Odyssey infinitely, basically. It's a really fun game. There's a lot of stuff to it. The DLC might not be that great. I mean, like I said last time I recorded, like, admittedly, no Assassin's Creed DLC is really that great, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I'd argue that most of them are kind of pretty average to bad. Like, I think only Origins had really good DLC. Odyssey's had good gameplay, it's just the story is kind of meh. Like, actually, I take it back. Legacy of the First Blade has amazing story and repetitive gameplay. Like, if they had set up like a little area of Persia where that story takes place, at least for like episodes 2 and 3, I would say, wow, this is one of the best DLCs they ever made. And I was actually talking about that with one of my friends. I was like, dude, Legacy of the First Blade, the biggest weakness of it is that it takes place in the base game that you've already completed. Like, Legacy of the First Blade would be 1,000 times better if it had actual gameplay. And then there was the whole thing where they pissed off people, you know, because your character has to canonically give birth to another character. I mean, that's just unfortunately how the timeline goes, right? Like, they can't change the timeline. You know, your character does have to do stuff, you know, literally to have a legacy, unfortunately. And I understand why that would piss people off, because it is removing player choice. But ultimately, you know, you don't really have much of a choice. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know, I just think... Oh, wait, another dwarf? Holy shit, where? Here? Over here?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no! Oh shit! Just let me go! I'm no
Whoop.
match.
Throw something. Damn it. Dude, it's so unreliable. Killed him. Hang on. Alright, bitch. You too. Wow! Oh, come on. We got fucking robbed. No, now fall off. Damn it. Whatever. Okay. That's because it's a walkable ledge. It's not something you have to like parkour
The
on.
gods! I couldn't last much longer. Bless you, High One. Bless you and all your...
Like I said, I'm all against them removing player choice because, you know, they make the canon characters the female ones, then advertise the male characters because they're pussies and don't want to make an actual female character be the definitive character in a game. Which is funny because Horizon came out and Tomb Raider's been coming out, but Ubisoft for some reason is still stuck in the 1980s, even when Metroid was around. Although to be fair, Metroid 1 isn't really a great game. I'm sorry, I think it fucking sucks as much as I love Metroid. Granted, at the time it was amazing, but I really don't find it very playable, and I don't blame you if you never beat Metroid 1.
Farewell.
If you never beat, like, the OG Metroid 1 and 2, I don't blame you. They are intentionally, like, very cryptic, very, like, hard-to-play games. Like, I don't blame you at all for that. Okay, let's go get this. I wouldn't blame you. Because Lord knows I had to use cheats to beat it, basically. Like, who the fuck wants to do that shit? That's why they remade it. And then I played the shit out of Zero Missions. Sudinger's Outriders. Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute. Like, a whole new mechanic is getting introduced. But that's why Odyssey and Origins are up there on my top, you know, my top list of games of the last couple of years. And, like, this game is also up there. It's just way lower on the list. Right? Like, as a trilogy, this trilogy is pretty fucking good. So, like, I'm not, like, mad or like, oh, the trilogy is good besides one game. No, I feel like Valhalla still has room. But, you know. This is definitely not as strong of a banger as the other two. Even though the story beats are really good. You know? So many plot lines merge in these three games. It's kind of cool. Including the movie, which I thought was really sweet. I really liked Assassin's Creed, the movie. It's just a shame that, like, it's a movie made for people who've actually played the game. Like, you know how most things, like the Halo series that just came out, like, the big complaint is that it's not Halo? Well, that movie is like Assassin's Creed to a fault. Like, if you don't understand Assassin's Creed, that movie makes no fucking sense. And it's funny because I actually went to go see it. It was kind of like a double movie date, which was kind of a double movie date. We saw two movies together. Yeah, I liked her. Shoot me. Whatever. Anyway. What was I doing again? I lost my train of thought. There's just a pack of fucking wolves. That's it? It's just a pack of wolves. Oh, oops. That was easy. Chop it up. Or no, we're gonna show it respect, I guess. Oh, you know why? Because he never got to morph, so he died in his wolf form. Okay. I guess if he was in his normal clothes, we would have, or his normal form, we would have killed him. You know, we would have stabbed him, but because he's a wolf, we pay him respects. But yeah, you know, yeah, I stand by that. I know it's a very, very vindictive stance I have against Ubisoft. Hi. Ah, oh, damn it, I almost said I was a second too late. I know it's very vindictive, the stance I have against them, but because there's definitely political fucking motivation behind why they did what they did. I can't even see shit right now. What the fuck is going on? Where'd the other guy go? Oh, he's ninja running. Come here! Like, there's definitely a huge push in the gaming sphere to have, like, female protagonists and black protagonists, and, you know, they want to diversify it off of, you know, the generic white man, right? And I kind of dislike that a lot, in the sense that, like, I want well-written protagonists. I want well-written stories. I don't care if a character's black or white, unless it's relevant to the story, per se, right? Like, if you're playing, like, let's give an example. Let's give Assassin's Creed Civil War, the game that I always fucking make up that they'll make now, and they'll never do it because of politics and the modern era, right? Like, you know, I could see them maybe trying to do something like what they did with Assassin's Creed 3, where they had, like, a mixed-race protagonist. But, like, it could make sense, right? Like, if you had a black character who rises out of slavery, joins the Brotherhood or whatever, you know, or whatever, you know, whatever plot line they want to throw in, you know what I mean? Like, presumptuous of me it is to assume that the Assassins would represent the North and the Templars the South. That should be the real rub of the fucking story, honestly. It should be, like, roguelite, you know what I mean? But that doesn't make any sense, because the Assassins hate slavery, so, I mean, I guess that wouldn't make... like, I'm trying to force a rogue plot line on it, that wouldn't work. But you know what I mean? Like, I like, Horizon's a good example of a character that I don't think they, like, absolutely forced to be female for no fucking reason. I think it fits into the story nicely. I think Horizon has a nice world and a good story. And it has a female protagonist. Like, it's fine. You know, I've been saying this about Metroid for fucking 20 years. You want to know why Metroid's fucking cool? It's not because Samus has boobs. It's because Samus does cool shit. Samus kills these big fucking aliens constantly. That's what's cool about Metroid to me. When you get to see Samus do this, like, super, like, ultra instinct bullshit, like, it's fun. It's cool to watch. Even in the 3D games, it's fun to watch Samus do, like, you know, cool shit. You know, trying to, like, one woman army her way through everything. It's cool. And that's all that I think a lot of people care about. You know, people just want to watch cool people do cool shit. I genuinely think that that's... Oh, is this cold? Am I not going to be able to go out here? I genuinely stand by that. People like to watch cool characters, have good plot lines, interesting stories, and do cool shit. There's no need to go any more complex than that. Oh, here we go. This is Mjolnir Smida. Okay, we already killed those wolves then. Yeah, so this is where Mjolnir was crafted. But Ubisoft are a bunch of pussies. They refuse to have a female protagonist. They advertise the male one and then cuck out, and then they say, no, actually the female one's canon, guys, see? And fuck off, dude.
Mjolnir, Giant's Bane, a hammer that could level mountains, that never
I never found it if it's in the game.
And always returned to the hand of its owner.
Yeah, I know that from the MCU.
A third time they set about the forge. It had to be kept at exactly the right temperature for their work to be perfect. And yet again, Loki visited as a fly, so desperate to make Brugge faint, bit the dwarf's eye harder than any fly had ever bitten before.
Well, sucks to be you. We still made Mjolnir.
This time, he did not fail. The hammer was flawed.
No.
A fraction too short. Yet even so, we judged the work of Sindrian broker superior. Loki lost his bet, and his head was forfeit. Few would have mourned the death of Loki. But of course, the trickster found a way to get back on his words. A tale for another time, perhaps.
Yeah, and then that another time never happened. That's kind of cool that they have like all these like throwbacks and references to stuff. Let's go round this out real quick. And I think that's all we'll have time for is to wrap up this area. I'm gonna try to record later tonight. Just see if I could maybe do some story missions. If we could just clear the area, I feel like that would be good, right? But yeah, like I was saying, I just want good stories. I want protagonists doing cool shit. You know, like, I don't know. I don't like propaganda is what I'm saying. That's why I bought Metroid Dread 3 fucking times. I didn't buy it because Samus is a woman. I bought it because Metroid is a cool fucking franchise, and I've liked it since I was like 7. Like, seriously. When I was 7, we had Prime and Fusion in the same year. Why do you think my nostalgia boner's so high for these fucking games? Because that was dope. Doing all the crazy flips and shit. That's why I could play Metroid Fusion any day of the week and beat it, no problem. Sadly, I don't think Metroid Fusion is a hard mode in America. I think that was a Japanese-only edition, which is kind of fucked because the Japanese don't like Metroid. Like, they just don't. Metroid is like kind of an American franchise. Like, Metroid Prime, I think, sold 1 million copies in the West, and in Japan it only sold like 200,000. So, like, they are basically making Metroid for the West. But anyway, you get what I mean. Like just putting diversity in, it does not make something better. Maybe it does on the diversity scale, but I'll say this. It might be a controversial take to some people, but I want things to be good and have good stories. And if they're bad, I want it to be bad because they didn't write it well, not because they had to fucking force a bunch of different people in just to fit a fucking checklist. Because all these companies, they don't give a fuck about you or diversity. Look how they threw aside John Boyega because China didn't like him. They fucking took his whole plot line that Abrams set up. They had zero oversight over what Rian Johnson was going to do. And they just said, well, write him out. Make him a useless character. I would have had him go on and be a Jedi. I would have had that dude be #1 Jedi material. And you could have your, you know, the first movie could be focusing on him and him freeing his First Order brethren. Cool. Next 2 movies, go nuts with Rey. Just let the man have a plot arc and not be like a complete side character. Like, come on. I ain't even the most disrespectful motherfucker here. I'm real nice about that. I thought that John Boyega did a great job. That shit was lit. Although it doesn't make sense he should be able to duel with a Sith Lord, but whatever. We could, you know, we could pretend. Seriously, we could pretend.
Here is a place I've heard of in legend.
I like how this is most of the world events. Thankfully, there's not a lot of world events in this one, because world events kind of suck in this game. Okay, hold on. I gotta get ready to do something.
Impressed with the craft of the Dwarven smiths, Loki set them to fashioning great gifts he could bring to Asgard and win back the favor he had lost.
What the hell?
Skidbladnir, best of all ships.
I guess we could get this as a
loved by
customizable
women,
ship.
big enough to carry all of Asgard's mightiest into battle.
I like how the waves are going through the boat.
Small enough to fit into a pocket. This would be Freya's gift, and it pleased them well. With such gifts, would Loki find forgiveness? My brother always
That's a little
knew how
big to fit
win
in a
hearts.
pocket, unless you can collapse the
Him
sail.
was almost as easy as breaking them.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Ubisoft could have definitely made a game featuring Aya as like a sequel to Origins, right? Because like Aya, it feels like Aya was supposed to have like fully playable segments in Origins. Oh, jeez, this water is pretty rough, homie. And they just never did it. It never happened. It feels like Aya was definitely supposed to have fully playable segments, and instead they give you like really weird, like half-done segments. You know what I mean? And it just was wrong. You know what I mean? They really needed to give her like full customizability and stuff. And I would love to see like what Bayek goes on to do and stuff like that. That would be cool. You could have a double-sided game like what they did in Syndicate, but have like 2 open worlds. They don't need to be, you know, as big as this game or as big as Odyssey, right? They could be a little smaller and a little more focused. But it would be cool to have, like, you know, a double-sided game where we figure out what they go on to do. Because, man, I really like Bayek. I was really feeling that whole story. And I really liked it a lot. Which just makes it tragic that there's never going to be a sequel to it. Yeah, that kind of hurt me a little bit. They could do Xiao Jun. Like, why do they have to make Alexio's non-canon? Like that's my thing. It removes role-playing, which goes back to what I was saying about, you know, them forcing the kid. Like, it removes role-playing. It removes player choice. In a franchise where they now basically predominantly run the shit off of player choice. I mean, that's the whole point of a free roam game, is you could choose when you want to do something and where, as long as you have the levels and the shit to do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the whole point. I don't think we should be we should be reaching, you know, invisible, you know, check boxes just so that way fucking Twitter and video game journalists, and I use that word very lightly because, you know, they're almost anything but gamers at this point. You know, I feel like we should definitely, like, you should try to do stuff, right? Like, but I think that artists should be free to do what they want. I don't think you should force them to do a certain thing just because you want to meet a fucking goal, meet a diversity checkbox. I feel like, you know, as game developers, as game creators, you should try to do things that, you know, you have to. It's like the best of both worlds, right? Like, you got to kind of do a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But I think a good story and a good character will always trump anything else. At least in terms of, like, gameplay, obviously not aside, but like, in terms of, like, design and characters and stuff, like, you know, it'll always be fucking cool. I was actually just playing Time Splitters the other day. You know, I'm pretty sure Sergeant Cortez is fucking Hispanic. You know, like the reason I like that game is because it's a parody. Like, the whole game is a fucking reference and a meme. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a little bit like adult humor, but it's like the whole game is a reference. Like, it's a reference to all kinds of crazy shit. Why you know what I mean? Like, that's why Time Splitters can live on in the modern era. And I just think that, you know, that matters more. Because a lot of this stuff is going to be dated in 10 years, right? Like, Watch Dogs 2, you know, making an Obama reference is dated as fuck in 2022. Okay, well, we're not doing that. Okay, I guess we could teleport back to the shelter, and then we'll go west from there. But yeah, Watch Dogs 2 completely is dated now in that regard. Like, you have to have real-world, like, historical context to even know what it means. And, like, that could be fine, but, like, you know. Because that's one thing I remember about it, because it was like, oh, well, this joke is gonna age like fucking milk. And I didn't even think that Watch Dogs 2's protagonist was bad. I just think the story was, like, really, like, no stakes, no involvement, no investment, unlike the first one. And I'm one of the few people that really likes Watch Dogs 1. Like, Watch Dogs 2 might be better gameplay-wise a little bit, but, like, I like the story of 1 better. I felt like, you know, that whole 3-act thing was really kind of... What is it, 5 acts? Yeah, I feel like the game should have ended at Act 3. If you need to redistribute stuff from Acts 4 and 5 to make 3, you know, the finale, I would have been fine with that. Because Act 4 and Act 5 are way slower. But I liked Watch Dogs 1. That's the crazy part. I actually really liked it. As, like, one of the first PS4 games I played, and it came out near my birthday and stuff. I liked that game. For what it's worth, I know people are mad about it, but Ubisoft definitely had me with that one. I was really feeling myself. But in any event, I'll come back. We're going to record more. I guess I'll end the recording, and then this will just be one video part. And then we can resume. So I'll be back later, hopefully.